Hi, spirits of lights. Hello, hello, hello. Yes, I am just going to snack on one of my favorite snacks. And I had this in my bag. It was actually the last pack left. I had bought a box. And I think like maybe 12 packs came in a box. But I was able to get me one left. I had to put it in my bag in order to have it. It's been sitting in my bag for a couple of days. But my daughter is in the eyebrow place right now. Yeah, she's in a place that only do eyelash extensions, eyebrows, facials, stuff like that. And I just told her that I would sit in the car and just make sure everything is off. But yeah, I was thinking about my special spirit of light who left me a message. And it was a message just asking for my advice or maybe what I think, as far as what they're going through. And this particular special spirit of light is going through pain and hurt and habit being caused upon her by her significant other, which is her husband. And right now, he's putting his family first before her. And he's even seeing other females, from what I understand. I'm not at my computer, so I can't really, but I'm just going by memory, I think. And today is Thursday. I just got the message earlier. I was sitting at my computer trying to edit my blog. And I had to break it down in two. So I was able to get up the first part. Well, I'm just going to call it a vlog. I'm just going to start a new vlog for the second part. I love all these cookies. Oh my God. They're so crisp. And then I love the peanut butter inside. Alright, this is heaven for me. So good. Now, she said, one, she hadn't even been married to this person long. From, I think, a few months. And this person has not put her first and is cheating. Okay. I'm gonna say this. Out my door. I'm next to I'm actually in front of a place that's a psychic. $10 to read your hand. But then you get in there and you pay the $10 and they tell you for $1,500 they can tell you everything else. The reason why I know, because I called myself going to go see a psychic one time. Before the session was out, I read her. Okay. And she said, oh, you're a seer. I said, call it what you will. This is so good. So, people are so funny. I pull up in the car and you see me talking to the camera. And then I look at them and they turn their head real quick. It's too late. I already see you. So freaking what? I'm talking to the freaking camera, okay? But anyway, we'll get back to what I was saying. Baby girl, Okay? Do not lose yourself. I know that you're in a lot of pain and your feelings hurt and you're kind of feeling left out and ganged up on because it just seems like people got so much to say and want to be all in your business when things are not going good for you in your relationship. And you would think that people would respect people in their relationship. But they don't do that. They pick sides. And most likely, people are biased. His family gonna pick his side. No matter what you say, no matter what you try to do, if he's unhappy, if he's telling his side, even if he's lying, they're gonna find fault in you. Okay? So, don't waste your time trying to prove anything to his family. Because you don't owe nobody nothing. But as far as him putting his family first, above you, in my opinion, it's totally wrong. Because y'all married now. You his wife. The only thing that come above y'all is God and your children. Because children don't ask to be here. So, you both need to put the children first. And then y'all take care of each other. Now, even though you feel like you're hurting right now, you only been married a few months. Now, if you have been married 5, 7 years, 10 years, you probably can iron that out. Maybe work it out, depending on your maturity. But it's only been a few months, and sometimes you don't know the person that you actually marry. Sometimes you don't even know who the person is until you actually marry them or start living with them. Then you say, you wake up one morning and say, who the hell is this? Who is this? So, with that said, if you got the strength, which I hope you do, because you deserve to be loved and respected, and you deserve to be able to trust the person that you're living with, that you're sleeping with, that you're married to. And if this person know that you're hurting, and they continue cheating, continue hurting you, now you're allowing them to do it, and they're going to do it. But best believe, when things work out for them, for their situation, when they're ready to completely leave you, they're not going to think twice about it. They're going to think about their own happiness. And that's what most people do. They think about their own happiness. They don't think about the hurt that it has inflicted or caused on another person. They don't think logical. They don't think about all that you have invested into each other. They don't think about that. All they're thinking about is their happiness. So, at this point, go ahead and cry. Cry. Let it all out. Ball up like a baby. Let it all out. Because once you cry and get it all out, then you'll get angry. Then after you get angry, you'll decide you're not going to put up with this or take this anymore. And sometimes when we're in love or we love another person, we don't want to see them with nobody else. You don't want to see them being around his family. You don't want to be embarrassed with your own family. But it is better to let someone go that don't want to stay. Once a person don't want you, they're not yours anymore. You might make up and things go good for 3 weeks. But that desire, whatever it is that caused them to treat you that way or cheat on you, is going to come back and they're going to do it again. Because if they wasn't that kind of person before they cheated on you, they would have told you. They would have told you, hey, I'm unhappy. I don't think I want to be in this marriage. I want to break. I want to see other people. They'll tell you to your face. But if they decide they're going to cheat on you, whether you know or you not know, they're already gone. They're not yours anymore. And that, my dear, is the truth. I'm not going to talk too much about my situation, but I'm not going to talk about the part when I found out my husband's cheating. I'm going to go way up in the future when I left his ass. Okay? I hope this helped you. It still hurts me. I don't like to talk about it. Because it's one of the turning points in my life. I came to a fork in the road and I had to make a decision. And I'll never forget it. I had left my husband. I filed for divorce. And months went past. And things were not easy for me. I had 3 children. I was a complete single mom with no family and no friends. I had found me a place in a whole nother city from where he was, and him and his family. I wanted to get away from them completely. Because his family that smiled on my face, I thought we were cool. But while me and him was going through it, they dogged my name out. They dogged me out as a person. So I didn't want nothing to do with his family. When I was working 2 jobs, and I had a sick daughter. My baby girl that y'all see, that I'm with every day, all the time. Let me muster up the strength for this. See, I try to be here for y'all because I love you. But the more I'm here for y'all, the more of me you find out about. And I have layers to me. I lived a long life, you know? And in my life, I'm gonna say I lived so many lives at this point. So many different transitions that happened to me over and over again. God has never, ever taken it easy on me. But my reward has been great. Okay? And I'm gonna say this without getting too emotional. But my daughter is not supposed to be here. Maybe I said that wrong. Is supposed to be here. But one night, she had a mini stroke and was having a brain aneurysm. And I'll tell y'all about that story one day. But I'm not going to get into it right now. I was told to go ahead and get everybody together. She wasn't going to make it through the night. And I went back and I got my husband, his family, his sisters, because his sister was an evangelist, a preacher, my truck driver friends. The whole room was filled with spirits that I know. Now, till this day, people that was in that situation thought I was crazy. But while everybody was praying, my daughter was in a coma. And they told me she wasn't coming out of it. She came out of that coma when everybody left, after the singing, the clapping, the hallelujah, the prayers, everything. After everybody left, I laid by my daughter's bed. And I put my head in her chest and I said, God, I've been through so much. If you take this child from me, I'll be no more good. I'll die. I won't be able to be a mother to Dream and Latoya. If you take Nadine away from me, if you take this child, I will die. And my daughter turned her head and looked at me. Her voice was different. It wasn't like the voice I known her to be. But she said, Mom, I'm okay. Everything is going to be okay. And I'm still laying on her chest. And I'm looking up at her. And then all of a sudden I was like, I start running, going to go get the doctors, going to get the nurse. I was screaming and hollering, saying my daughter's woke. Oh my God. And when the doctors and the nurse came to her bedroom, came to her hospital bed, when the doctors came to her hospital room, she was in a coma. And I was looking at her and I was like, hitting her, Nadine. She wouldn't wake up. She wouldn't move, wouldn't budge. And they were saying that they had, psychiatrists and they had family help to help me get through this because she wasn't going to be here in the morning. And I was like, no, I'm telling you, my daughter talked to me. She told me that she was okay, that everything was going to be okay. I'm telling you, she was woke. I told him. So I started calling my husband, family, and husband, trying to talk to them, and everybody was trying to talk sense into me that I'm already going through the grieving process, and I'm just not willing to accept the fact that she's going to be leaving me. Well, let me tell you. I went home that night to pick up my son and my daughter so we could stay through the night with my daughter, with my baby girl. And when I got back, the doctor was sitting in a chair, and he said to me, you know, I'm not the one to talk about God. He said, I don't know what you experience, and I don't know how to explain what just happened. And I'm like, I'm confused. What's going on? Where's my daughter? Said, your daughter is going through observation right now. She's awake. She's awake. Said, yes, she woke up. And he said, the first thing she says, Mom. When she woke up, she called for me. Now, once my daughter woke up, I still was going through all of this stuff because in the middle of my daughter going through this, my husband was cheating. You would think that this would have brought us closer and he would have kind of calmed down in what he was doing. He continued embarrassing me. So, my daughter had been in the hospital for 6 months, and during that 6 months, I spent most of my time with her. As soon as I got off work, I was at the hospital with my other 2 children, there most of the night, until she fell asleep. And one day, I woke up. The 2 children were knocked out. They were knocked out. And I still had on my nightgown. I just put a jacket on top of my nightgown. And I decided that day, you know what? I know that he has lied. He has cheated. He has found a way to turn his family against me. But I almost lost my daughter. And she's going to be coming home soon. And she's going to need me. And I was so exhausted from being up at the hospital, from working, taking care of the other 2 children. I said, you know what? I'm going to get in my car. And I'm going to go find my husband and tell him that I'm not going to divorce him. And I'm going to beg him to stop cheating. And we're going to work this out. Yeah, I did. My 2 kids were knocked out. I had a dog. Yeah, Spirit had a dog. And his name was Simba. I put Simba in the house to watch the kids. Well, he was just like a grown man, you know. When I said, I'll be back, Simba, I got in my car. It was early in the morning. I'm talking about like 5 o'clock in the morning, okay? And I was going to try to be back by 8. Now, he lives in a whole nother city. I'm talking about maybe 40, 45 minutes away. And I was driving. And the whole time I was thinking, I was saying to myself how I was going to approach him, you know, what I was going to say. And one of the things I was going to say, let's just start over. We're a family. We're married. Let's make this work. I don't care if you cheated. I don't want to be by myself. Me and the kids need you. That's what I was going to say to him. And the closer, I'm going to tell you where he was. I'm going to tell you where this food was staying. This food was staying with the woman he was cheating with. He was staying with her. And I was on my way to their house. I even made up my mind. If that heifer say one word to me, I was going to kick her ass. I made up my mind. I was going to go get my husband. I was going to take him back. If I had to fight, me and this girl was going to fight. And I came through a tunnel. It was a long tunnel. I'm going to tell you, I lived in the city of Portsmouth, and he lived in Norfolk. And to get to Norfolk, you got to go through this tunnel, and you got to go over a big bridge. I grabbed through this tunnel. And when I came out this tunnel, I was on the highway that would take me to where he lived. And there's no U-turn at all. So, when I came out that tunnel, something hit me. Something hit me. I could feel it. It said, stop. Stop it. And all of a sudden, I made a U-turn on a highway going the other way. It had barriers that only like police service or ambulance can use. I went through those barriers and made an illegal U-turn back on that highway, and I found myself going back through the tunnel. And when I went through that tunnel, I said, I left my babies home. I was going to get on my knees if I had to beg this man to do right by me. And the whole time, I had my mind made up I was going to his house. But when I came to that fork in the road where I can go left or right, before it was too late, something stopped me, and I made that U-turn. And when I made that U-turn, I broke. I cried. I felt like somebody died. I felt like I lost somebody so close to me, because my husband was my best friend. And when I got to my house, I got out the car. I went in the house, and I opened up my bedroom door, and I crawled in my bed, and I cried until I couldn't cry no more. But after the tears dried up, got up that morning, got the kids something to eat, went to the hospital to see Nadine. Then I left the hospital. I went and got me a lawyer. Because I realized I was good to him. was a mom, a good wife. I felt like I was. I worked. I did more than my share. And this man cheated. He was the one that lost. He lost, not me. I almost lost myself. But God showed up. And He'll do that for you. He'll do that for you. Don't lose yourself in your emotions.